Yeah. So as we mentioned earlier again, these are the three major packages in Python: Matplotlib, Pandas, and again Seaborn. And also we know from previous lectures, we say data visualization is very important. It's essential for exploring and understanding and also communicating insights. So we mentioned that before modeling, visualization helps before modeling. A very example we can give, I want to do a modeling for regression, let's say multiple linear regression. Most likely, I will start with visualization using the scatter plot and possibly find the correlation coefficient to see if there's a relationship between the independent and the dependent variable. If there's no relationship, most likely I will not go ahead with the simple linear regression. I will not go ahead. But if there's a relationship, yeah. Because if there's no relationship between two variables, one cannot determine the other, unless at least there's a relationship. So again, before modeling, we always start with visualization. And if we say visualization will help, example, as we mentioned in the lectures, with visualization, we can identify the patterns, we can identify correlations or outliers also in the data. Yeah. So this is very good for exploratory data analysis. Yeah. So the library files, as we said, we're going to use will be the Matplot. The Matplotlib, as we mentioned earlier, that's the foundation. Then we may have a Pandas. Pandas, I can say, is integrated. We integrated. Then we have the Seaborn. Seaborn mostly, as we said earlier, for statistics. So high level statistical elements. Yeah. So next we say the importance of visualization in data science. We went through these lectures, the theory part of already. And as we said, visualization help explore the patterns and trends. Also communicate the insight effectively. And as we mentioned earlier, the common, here we are doing Python. So the common Python library files for visualization, as we said, the Matplotlib, Pandas, Seaborn, and also Plotly also. Matplotlib is the oldest. That's the oldest and most widely used Python plotting library. Also, we may have two main interfaces. For example, the two main interfaces here can be, let's say, PyPlot. That's the state machine PyPlot. PyPlot is similar to MATLAB, similar to MATLAB. Also, we have the object-oriented. Those are the two main interfaces. Yeah. Object-oriented is more flexible and also recommended. Recommended. So the object can be, like, let's say, the figures, axes, etc. Yeah. So that's object-oriented versus state-based interface. And the common modules, as we said, PyPlots have the simple plotting functions, such as figure, axis, building blocks of. Let's wait for a few seconds, see if any question. Good. So I would say that here we're going to focus on first example here. And this will be a minimal example, just plotting a line graph. Then we demonstrate the core functions. For example, we can see the titles, etc. So we'll go through each one here. For example, when we plot a graph, it's up to us. We can add a title. We can add the axis. We have X and Y axis. If we like, we can customize it with colors. Let's say if it's a line chart here, we can customize it with a color or marker. Possible, we can also create a multiple subplots for comparisons. And also we can export plots using the savefig. So let's look at this example here. So here we want to plot this is a line plot. So we're using X and Y axis. Find the relationship between X and Y. Here we can see that it's linear, straight, and constant increasing. It's because of the data we have. So we can see X values is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, interval of 1, 1, 1, 1. Y values 2, 4, 6, 8, interval of 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So it's constant increasing, both of them. So this is, as we said earlier, if we plot the graph without data, we are going to get a blank chart, a blank graph. So as we said earlier, visualization is still a data, but we represent the data as a graph. Yeah. So first thing we do here, you can see that we change the name to PLT or alias. I would say alias PLT as PLT. So if I want to use matplotlab.pyplots, any function, I will always refer to the PLT dot whatever I want to do. So here we have the first PLT dot plot. We are using the plot function. Now, these are our arguments. First, we need X and Y. Our marker is 0. Also, we can see the graph is blue, so the attribute of color is blue. We need a title. Okay, so we use the title function. We write our title, basic line plots. We need x-axis. Okay, so we use the x label. We name it x-axis, so we can see x-axis. Whatever is in the argument is what we are trying to represent, produce. Oh. Then we have the y label, y-axis. Now, this function will show us, will plot the graph for us. So, yeah, we know we use the plot. This gives us the foundation, everything we need. X and Y axis, the marker is 0, color is blue. But to show the graph, we need to use a show function. So plt.show. Yeah. So if we run this code, this is what we get here. Yeah. And this is a very beginning, starting, a basic example for us to see how again we can. Hopefully we'll see more examples. If no question, let's keep going. So to customize our matplotlab plots, we were able to add a title. We were able to add the labels, markers, colors. We can even have a subplot. We didn't do it, but we can also have it. And as we said earlier, if we want to save our plot, we use the savefig. So plt.savefig. The name of this is the name of it, the name of the plot. Yeah. So let's wait for a few seconds if it's okay. As we said earlier again, pandas surely will integrate directly with matplots. Pandas will integrate directly. So each data frame or what we call the series as a dot plot method. It will be has a dot plot method, as a dot plot method. And as we said earlier, Panda is very useful for the EDA, quick EDA. Yeah. So here we are plotting with pandas now. So as we said, pandas integrate with matplotlab, as we said. And then quick plotting using what? Dot plot method also. So here we import the pandas. We change alias name as PD. Then we use the data frame. So pd.data frame. And this is our A and B, the frame we have. So we say again, we assign this to data frame, name df. So we say df.plot. X will be A, Y will be B. They cannot plot the same thing, line plot again. Let's wait for a few seconds if the code is okay. Okay, so this will give us a line plot again with A values as x-axis, B value as y-axis. So these are different types of pandas plot or pandas plot types also. So we have a line, bar, histogram, scatter, area. Also we have the pie chart. The next is the Seaborn, which is again high level API. And we say it's built on top of Matplotlib and also works very seamlessly with Pandas also, Pandas data frame. We can have the themes and style also included. These are some of the common plots we can have. So we have a scatter plot, bar plot. This is histogram, and then we have box plot also. These are just few. Again, we have so many. Wait for a few seconds if it's okay. Okay. So this example of a seaborn also. So first thing we do, we import a seaborn. We change alias to SNS. As we said earlier, seaborn work on top of Matplotlib. So we also import the Matplotlib. We get our data first. Our data is tips. Then here we are getting scatter plot. We have our x-axis, y-axis, and also the hue. And our data is the tips. We have included title, and we show our visualization. I mean, show the chart to view the chart. So that's very straightforward, simple. All the three method. Matplot, pandas, and seaborn. Again, our test, actually, this is very good in our textbook. It has more complex problem. Yeah, just to get the foundation, to get a basic idea. So these are the comparison of the three library file. Matplotlib, the strength, very flexible. We can customize also very easy. Weakness is complex. Purpose. And best use case for low-level control. Pandas is very quick data frame plots. You can see pandas always, you can use the data frame structure. Then we have the seaborn, very beautiful. We have so many features. The attributes, can nice graph. It can produce nice graph with features, nice features. So as we mentioned earlier, visualization is about communication, not decoration. So we seaborn have nice thing, but we make sure we don't overuse it, not to decorate too much. Also, we mentioned that always we should choose the correct chart type. Example, line for trends. We mentioned bar for comparison, scatter for relationships. And also we should avoid the clutter. Means too many colors, non-data elements is too many. Even legends, it's good to use legend, title, descriptive title. Yeah. So the best practices for in data visual, same as the previous theory slides we went through. Make sure we have the appropriate chart type. We should always keep the design simple, readable. The scaling also is very important. Use color meaningfully, or I would say wisely. Yeah. Too much color, not too good. Consistency also. And also we should avoid, we discuss misscaling also, misleading scales, errors or something. So that will be the summary for this short lecture. So now we'll go through another lectures that we'll see more hands-on examples. Then we have one more lecture for that the objective is based on the syllabus. We talk about the visualization inspired by industry projects. I think the syllabus mentioned that. So let's wait for a few seconds. If no question, let's look for more examples. I mean, one more slide with more examples.